Washington recently took part in a mental health summit called Strong Youth, Strong Communities. It was made possible due to a partnership between the Seahawks, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and the organization Coordinated Care. Tonight, I talked with the CEO of that organization, Beth Johnson, about how this helped inspire 400 kids who attended that event.
Well, Beth, thanks so much for joining us here on ARC Seattle tonight. This sounds like it was just an absolutely wonderful event. For our viewers tonight, for our viewers who are unaware of what exactly happened, why don't you give us a little background on the events and just what happened there and how many kids were really helped out as a result?
Sure. No, thank you. That's a great opportunity for us to talk about this. So I'm the plan president and CEO for Coordinated Care, a local health plan. We deal a lot with the government healthcare space, children in foster care, and we care a lot about the health of our children in our community. We had the great opportunity to convene an event with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Seattle Seahawks, and many of our community partners to bring together youth, about 400 youth from community schools, junior high and high school, to really talk about some of the challenges that children are facing. Isolation and depression, they have exposure to crime, limited access to quality health care. And so we wanted to provide a forum where some of our community partners could come together, where these youth could see mentors who overcame some challenges, and that they also can come together and talk about what is the path that they can follow for a healthier future.
When we talk about these different kids, where were these kids from? Kind of their backgrounds? What part of the state, I guess, did they come from to take part in this event?
Sure. Well, the event itself was held at Seahawks Stadium at Lumen Field. And so that was a wonderful place to have this event. We had the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Darrell and Aeneas Williams, and another young woman, Iman McFarland, who was an NCAA University of North Carolina basketball player. We had the opportunity to convene about 400 children and youth from 6 schools. We had some of the Tacoma School District, we had Franklin Pierce, Chief Leschi, communities and schools in Federal Way, and then even Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Puget Sound and the Kids Mental Health of Pierce County brought some youth to participate.
I mean, it sounds like I said at the beginning, just a wonderful event for these kids, especially if you're having it at Lumen Field with these, these big Hall of Famers and the NCAA, these people there just to kind of help and guide them, especially people these kids probably look up to. When it comes to the event, what kind of things were the kids taking part in, and how did they, kind of really benefit from this?
Thank you for that question. We were able to have some individuals who have behavioral health training, and they broke the youth into several groups with a facilitator. They talked about some of the challenges that they face and some of the ways that they came together and overcame and can overcome that. The youth then reported out. They had a spokesperson from each of their group, and some of the ways that they had discovered how they can build themselves up and build their peers up instead of kind of tearing each other down was really heartwarming to see. So we're in the process of compiling all that information. We're going to share that with our community partners. And our goal is to continue these conversations and continue the energy and enthusiasm that we saw with the youth in a way that we can be facilitators in bringing forward solutions to what we see as behavioral health care crises. We do that in these types of forums. We also have different programs that we offer around youth mental health, mental health first aid training, and different programs to reduce suicide and overdose, help kids tackle those tough issues that they so often need to confront.
Well, it's so frustrating, so many of these kids are dealing with so much on a daily basis when they're at school. I mean, whether there are shootings or stabbings or drug use or bullying or the suicide stuff or, just the online bullying. It's so stressful to go to school these days. These kids just want to learn. And I know how important a program like this can be. It can really shape a kid's life, especially if they don't have anyone to really learn from at home. And I know a lot of those communities, they have some struggles they're dealing with. And these events just seem like such a wonderful opportunity for these kids to show up and learn from someone to help them, battle their demons, if you will, and some of the things that they're really dealing with. I'm curious though, when the kids got up and talked and met in these groups and they had a spokesperson kind of reveal some of the
Mhm.
things that we're concerned about. What are some of the biggest concerns? I know I mentioned several that are, kind of stand out, but when it came to these kids specifically, were they talking about things that they were really struggling with when they go to school?
Yeah, it was. I think some of that, and I think the Hall of Famers and the NCAA basketball players were able to kind of encapsulate what the challenges were that they had as youth and how they found their way out. And I think the youth were able to internalize that and echo some of those solutions. They talked about building each other up instead of tearing each other down. They talked about really being kind to each other. This one quote was from a youth was, the things that break you can make you stronger. So
Hmm.
I think it really was that support and those conversations that they can find different ways of interacting with each other that can be more productive and helpful.
I feel like we need more of these. you know,
Well,
I,
we hope to continue. As I said, this was an inaugural event. It is our intention to kind of coalesce what we found, what were some of those nuggets of good information, and in conjunction with our community partners, we had several behavioral health organizations there, several community partners, several providers, to say what can we glean from these conversations and how can we continue to work together and bring that synergy and that enthusiasm forward so that we can continue to help bring about a better community.
Yeah. Are there any more planned, or are there any more coming up that we can be made aware of, or if they do come up, where can people look to find them?
Yeah, we will certainly publicize anything that's coming up. Right now, we want to take the information that we gleaned from this first one, figure out what worked, what didn't work, and continue to make them better. But it is our intent to continue bringing this type of forum together so that we can fulfill our mission, which is to transform the health of the community one person at a time.
Well, I know us here at Como and ARC Seattle would be more than willing to do whatever we can to help
Thank you.
and help get the word out, because those kids are our future and absolutely incredibly important. And these kinds of events will only help them move through the next years, which will probably only be even tougher as they get older. So
Yeah.
sharing this kind of information and helping the kids in this kind of way can be priceless, and something they can take with them forever. So Beth, I just want to say
Well,
thanks to, yeah, go ahead.
no, I was going to say thank you. I appreciate that. And I would just say that what I witnessed, the energy and the enthusiasm, there's hope. There's hope for our youth. There's hope that we can continue to move in a forward direction.
I agree. More of these. I don't think there can be enough of these kinds of events to really take the kids who might be struggling and not know how to get through certain things, and really build them up so they can spread that positive word and the hope to others. And maybe we wouldn't have so many violent situations like we have these days, and so many situations
Yeah.
where kids don't know how to get through them. But thanks for doing this, and thanks for being with us here in ARC Seattle tonight, Beth. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.